In this video, we're going to animate another object just to show you that you can do whatever you want with the art assets. At the very least, you can keyframe their position and rotation. You can get fancier by triggering animations within characters. Like if you wanted this this little enemy guy to do an attack or do a little chomp or walk back and forth, you can trigger animations that way too, but that's a little bit more complicated, which is fine. For now, I just want, let's say I want a spaceship just flying this way, and maybe this is going to be, the main character's spaceship, and we're just hinting at how the player got here. So I'm going to have the spaceship fly by. We're going to sit on this, maybe, show the enemy a little bit longer, and then we'll pan over to the player and we'll assume that, this spaceship has landed and the player got out. So we just want to show that spaceship flying by. And again, you could storyboard this and plan this if you want. So let's plan this out a little bit. Hit spacebar. Maybe we want the spaceship to start flying by right around there. Then we'll pause, and then we'll go to the spaceship, or where the player start is. So to do that, first find the object you want to animate. Go to dropship start. Okay, so dropship start, cool. I'm going to, so this, we just want a duplicate of this right here. I'm going to duplicate that with Control D, and I'm going to drag this underneath the intro. So you see there's actually two right now, if I drag this out now. And because this object is underneath the intro and it's a duplicate object, we can actually keep track of it a little bit easier. So what I want to do is, let's actually make this a little bit smaller too. You see this negative scale here? That's just a trick to reverse things. So if I put that at 1, it's right there. If I put it at -1, if I were to put my y at -1, it just reverses it. So I'm going to put this all back at 1. And maybe I want this to be somewhere in the background. So I'm going to click 2D right there. This little 2D button at the top of scene. And I'm going to move this into the background a little bit. Maybe something like that. So it looks like it's a little bit further away. And maybe if I want to fake this even more, oh, this would be cool. What if I could, you see how even though I'm putting this behind all these other objects, it's getting rendered in front. That's because of the priority layer right here. So if you go to order and layer under your sprite renderer, you can actually bump that to like a -5 or -10 or something. And now if we put it behind other objects, might be able to get this behind. Yeah, see, it's rendering behind that at least. So you can experiment with this if you want. Anyways, let's get back to the animation. Order and layer, yeah, we'll keep that. Maybe I want to make this a little bit smaller if I just can't fake it enough. So I'm going to change the scale to like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, something like that. Actually like 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. Okay, I want this big enough to be able to see. And I'm going to figure out where this exists inside my shot. And I lied, I actually do like 0.5 better, so I'm gonna change it. Just feel it out, whatever you want. And see what this will look like inside your scene. It's gonna be about that big. It's gonna cross over there. It'd be really cool if it was crossing behind other assets in the background too, but whatever. Okay, so we're gonna have it start right around there. And let's give this an animation track. So we're gonna zoom by that. Okay, put it back. Animation track. So this should be review. Make sure that you have your objects here. Drop ship start. Drag this down into your timeline down here. Release it and do add animation track. Okay, it should add everything you need. It should add the animator over here. And as we pan through, we actually want this to start animating. So we mentioned we wanted to start animating right around here. So I'm going to click the record button. So I'm going to put the timeline where I want it. Click the record button, say right here. I need to set the initial value to start watching a value up here. So that you see this 36 up here. I'm just going to put in that value, so 36. Okay, so now it's going to start watching the position and rotation. So right here, it's going to start at that position. But at this point in time, move my timeline, maybe to right here, somewhere. At this point in time, move the timeline. I want the object to be here, right? I want it to zoom past and I want it to end over there. Cool, so let's preview that. Hit spacebar. Now you only need to watch, you only need to watch your game view over here preview. And then it's like we landed. Great, actually, I like that. Okay, now what do we want to do? Maybe let's add a little bit of tilt here just to show you can do that too. And we're already keyframing our rotations. So maybe when we start off, I actually want the rotation, want to be something like this. Maybe while we're flying, we're rotated a little bit like that. Okay. And if we wanted to continue to rotate, maybe we're starting to land right around here, like that. Maybe we want to rotate back a little bit. Maybe we'll change the C to like that. So starting to land. Back here. Animation is just kind of tweaking. So if you wanted to tweak that even more, actually I would stop recording right here, hit the record button again. Double click this track, open it in the animator, and you can drag the stuff around. If you want the rotation to start earlier or end later, you can just move these keyframes around. Actually, I want that to be later. Even later. So it's just super, super subtle. Okay, once you get that where you like it, you can already see our cutscene starting to come together. We're seeing the spaceship come in the background, and then we're going to the player after these start.